Today there are roughly 8 million high school student athletes in America. Around 480,000 of them will participate in college athletics. Anderson University's campus has 2,512 students, including 350 student athletes. These are their stories.
I found Anderson because I live 40 minutes down the road, and the head coach came and watched me play one day, and he offered me a spot on the team.
I found Anderson because my freshman and sophomore year of college, I went JUCO at a school in Florida. And so I'm from Greenville County, so I just wanted to come back closer to home. And Anderson reached out to me, and it was a perfect place.
So in Israel, I work with a guy who knows Coach Z, and he showed him some videos of me, and then Coach Z offered me a scholarship. I came.
The biggest struggle for me was learning how to balance practice and schoolwork.
Because I live far away, so I can't go home for holidays and vacations because we have practices.
I would say the biggest struggle of being a student athlete is finding a balance between schoolwork and practice times and making sure you get all your work done while still being able to go to practice and being able to do good in your games.
During the week, I spend about 1 to 2 hours personally, but during the fall, the freshmen are required to do a 1-hour study hall 2 nights a week.
I would say the amount of hours spent doing homework would be at least 8 hours a week, because we do have study hall, which is a mandatory 2 hours, 2 days out of the week. So at least 8 hours, if not more.
You have to be either recruited or walk on, and you have to have a 2.5 GPA.
So you have to try out, and tryouts are in April, and tryouts consist of learning a cheer and a dance and showing stunts.
Well, for my team, in the spring season right now, which is our actual sports season, we got practice 6 days a week, and at the beginning of the semester we had weight training, so it was 3 hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our coaches kind of mix it up sometimes. You don't really have necessarily a set schedule, and they really encouraged us to keep our grades up as well. But it's not super strict.
See, requirements. Well, for one, you have to have the GPA. You got to be in class doing your work. And then for on the court stuff, you got to be a hard worker. You got to be willing to listen, discipline. That's about it.
I actually have a lot of free time outside my sport, partially because I'm a freshman and I don't have as hard of classes as I will someday. But and I'm currently injured, so I have a lot more time. But even when I'm playing, it's still enough to keep me happy.
And when we're in season in the fall, we have like free time like during our day, like for classes, and like we have time to do schoolwork, and then we'll have practices at night usually, and then we have games on like Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But like in the spring, we also have like, I guess, a good amount of free time, um, we have time to get all our work done before our practices start.
Practice, we'll come in, we'll stretch, get warmed up. We might get a couple shots up to get our bodies loose. And then we're just to work. We're doing different drills and stuff, going at each other, just making each other better every day.
In the spring, we have weights every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we're doing that. And then we just have practices about every day. Sometimes we'll have an off day, but that's about it really.
Each day at practice, we have batting practice, we take ground balls and pop flies, and we run and stretch at the end.
When you get injured, you're supposed to go to the training room for rehab. Every coach expects you to rehabilitate your injury so that you can be back playing as soon as possible. And depending on your injury, you're going to do different things and rest it different amounts of time.
When you get injured, you don't get to participate, you don't get to play in games, I don't know, compare yourself to everybody. And I guess you have to go to the athletic training room all the time, and you have to wait to be cleared for treatment, and then you have to be cleared for practice and for running, and that takes a while.
I personally would not change much about being a student athlete. This year so far, I've been able to handle all of the responsibility, and it's been busy, but it's been a lot of fun and a challenge, which is what I wanted when I came here.
Not really, I guess. I've enjoyed it so far. I've really liked it. It keeps me busy.
There's nothing that I would change about being a student athlete because I love playing basketball here at Anderson, and it's preparing me for life and being able to balance my life skills as well.
After school, I plan to be a high school English teacher and a baseball coach.
I plan to be a nurse, so hopefully that goes well.
My plans right now after school are to go to physical therapy school immediately after I graduate here. Hopefully I'll get in somewhere in North Carolina where I'm from, and then after that hopefully I'll be a physical therapist and eventually own my own physical therapy clinic.
After I graduate from Anderson, I'm planning on going to grad school to get my doctorate in physical therapy. Possibly at UNC Chapel Hill. I'll apply to several places in North Carolina.
My plans after school are to go home to Ohio and teach for 2 years, and then after that figure out where I'm going to be living again.
After school, I just really want to go overseas and play basketball. I just want to play basketball.
So after school, I don't know what to do yet. I don't know if I go home or stay here to work. So it's pretty in a question mark.
After school, I plan to pursue my career and become a pediatric oncologist nurse and working in that field.